Right now, the average American is losing about $3,000 every single year. And most people have no idea it's happening. Not because they're spending recklessly, but because money is quietly disappearing through subscriptions they forgot about, hidden bank fees, and small daily expenses that seem harmless. In this video, I'll show you the 3 invisible ways your money is leaking and how to stop it before it costs you thousands. Most people think money disappears because of big purchases. Things like buying a car, upgrading a phone, or taking a vacation. Those are the expenses we notice, the ones we remember. But in reality, that's not where most people lose their money. The real problem is something financial experts call money leaks. Small, almost invisible charges that happen automatically, and over time they quietly drain thousands of dollars from your account. A few dollars here, $10 there, a subscription you forgot about, a bank fee you didn't notice. Individually, they seem harmless. But when you add them up over an entire year, the average American ends up losing around $3,000 without even realizing it. And the worst part is that most people never stop to ask a very simple question: where is my money actually going? Because once you start looking closely, you realize that the biggest financial problem isn't overspending on big things. It's the small, invisible expenses happening every single day. The first place where people lose the most money without realizing it is subscriptions. Over the last decade, almost everything has turned into a monthly subscription. Streaming services, mobile apps, gaming memberships, cloud storage, fitness apps, and each one seems cheap on its own: $9 a month, $12 a month, maybe $15. Individually, they feel insignificant, which is exactly why most people don't think twice about them.
Think about that!
But here's the problem. Over time, these subscriptions start stacking up. You sign up for one to watch a show, another for music, another for cloud storage, maybe a fitness app you used for 2 weeks and then completely forgot about. Before you know it, many people are paying for 5, 10, sometimes even more subscriptions every month. Let's do a quick example. One service costs $9.99, another is $12.99, another is $14.99. That might not sound like much, but combined, that's already around $40 per month. Over a year, that's almost $500. And that's just 3 subscriptions. The average person today has multiple streaming services, several apps, and other recurring charges, which can easily push the total to $800 a year or more. Money leaving your account every month for things you might not even be using anymore. The second place where money quietly disappears is bank and credit card fees. Most people assume banks are simply a place to store their money, but in reality, banks make billions of dollars every year from small fees that many customers barely notice. One of the most common is the overdraft fee. If your account balance drops below zero, even for a moment, the bank can charge a fee that's often around $30 or more for a single transaction. Then there are ATM fees. Using an ATM outside your bank's network might cost you $3 or $4 each time. It doesn't sound like much, but if it happens regularly, it adds up quickly. Credit cards are another major source of hidden costs. If you carry a balance from month to month, the interest charges can quietly grow, turning a small purchase into something much more expensive over time. And then there are the smaller charges many people never even think about. Foreign transaction fees, account maintenance fees, late payment penalties, and other miscellaneous bank charges. Individually, each fee seems small, but collectively, they add up to a massive number. In fact, Americans pay tens of billions of dollars every single year just in bank and credit card fees, money that slowly disappears, often without people ever realizing how much they're actually paying. The third way people lose money is through small daily spending, the kind of purchases that feel completely harmless in the moment. Things like grabbing a coffee on the way to work, ordering food delivery when you're tired, or buying something small just for convenience. None of these purchases seem like a big deal. It's just $5 here, $8 there. But when these habits repeat almost every day, the numbers start to grow much faster than most people realize. Take something as simple as a daily coffee. Let's say it costs $8. If you buy it 5 days a week, that's $40 per week. Over 50 weeks in a year, that adds up to about $2,000 just on coffee. And that's before we even talk about things like food delivery apps, which often include service fees, delivery charges, and tips. A meal that should cost $12 can easily turn into $20 or more. The problem isn't that these purchases exist. Everyone spends money on convenience sometimes. The problem is that when these small expenses happen every single day, they quietly become one of the biggest drains on your finances. Money leaving your account in small amounts that eventually turn into thousands of dollars a year. The good news is that once you identify these money leaks, they're actually very easy to fix, and a few small changes can save you thousands of dollars every year. The first step is to do what's called a subscription audit. Take a few minutes to go through your bank or credit card statements and look for every recurring charge. Streaming services, apps, cloud storage, memberships, everything. Most people are surprised by how many they're paying for. If you're not actively using something, cancel it. Even removing just a few subscriptions can save hundreds of dollars a year. The second step is to set up bank fee alerts. Most banks allow you to enable notifications for things like low balances, unusual charges, or upcoming payments. These alerts help you avoid things like overdraft fees, late payments, or unnecessary penalties. It's a simple setting, but it can prevent some of the most expensive and frustrating bank charges. And the third strategy is something called the weekly spending rule. Instead of spending without thinking, give yourself a simple weekly limit for things like coffee, takeout, or small convenience purchases. This makes you more aware of where your money is going, and it helps stop those small daily expenses from spiraling out of control. Finally, there's one powerful psychological trick that can dramatically reduce impulse spending. It's called the 24-hour rule. Anytime you want to buy something that isn't essential, wait 24 hours before making the purchase. Most of the time, the urge disappears or steer, and you realize you didn't actually need it. It's a small habit, but over time it can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So when you add everything together, forgotten subscriptions, bank fees, and small daily spending, it becomes clear how the average person can lose around $3,000 every single year without even realizing it. Not because they're irresponsible with money, but because these expenses are designed to be easy to ignore. The good news is that once you become aware of them, you can start closing those money leaks and keep more of what you earn. And if you want to protect your money instead of quietly losing it to banks, subscriptions, and hidden fees, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because every week we break down the money habits, financial traps, and strategies that help you keep more of your income and build real wealth over time.